Morning, everyone. Great to be back in Hong Kong, Grand Hyatt. Free breakfast, lunch is coming up. So AXP Energy, we're moving from Southeast Asia back into the USA. So we're based out of Australia. We're listed on the ASX. As you can see, we're also on the OTC, and we operate in Colorado, where we are producing oil and using stranded gas to run generators, which in turn run crypto miners. We're partnered with a group, NASDAQ-listed BitFuFu, who announced today a 60% increase in their revenues for the calendar year 2024. So it's an exciting time to be in this business, and we'll see where this takes us over the next 12 months. Bit of background on the company, listed on the ASX, market cap of 13 million, a lot of shares on issue. I took up this role 2 months ago as Managing Director CEO. Sam Jarvis is with us today, who's our chairman, oil and gas engineer, many years experience in the business, both in the US and Southeast Asia. My background is 20 years oil and gas operator in the USA. I stumbled into the business in 2005, and over the period of time since then, I've been Managing Director, CEO or Chairman of a number of different public companies across various jurisdictions. James Dack has just joined the board. He's well known in Australia as a real estate entrepreneur and large investor. He's been one of our shareholders for some time and joined the board only this week. He brings a wealth of experience in the investment community and a large network across Southeast Asia and Australia. Stuart, as you can see, is a mining operations engineer, spent time in Southeast Asia in oil and gas, plus also in coal mining. So we've got a diverse team, a lot of talent in the room, and we're backed by good people on the ground, which is what makes the company work. As you can see, our share price goes between 0.001 cents per share and 0.002 cents per share. So when I came in at 0.001, I thought, well, the only way is up. Let's have a crack and get into it. So what do we do? For those that watch television, you've probably seen the theme. It's all about data centers, AI, cryptocurrency. The use of energy is doubling, and the grid's not growing as quickly, so there's a big hunt on for off-grid power. So what we're doing is pretty simple, but it's also complex. In Colorado, our first assets there were an oil field that was first discovered in the late 1800s. In 2020, the Colorado government decided that you can't flare and you can't vent gas. So we had stranded gas. If you're an oil and gas person, you have to produce the gas to bring the oil to surface. So this quarter, we've been able to bring back online oil production at our oil field by using our gas to run generators in a teaming environment with BitFuFu, who are a NASDAQ-listed crypto miner. So currently they do about 600 megawatts of electricity around the US and the globe, and their goal is to go to 100 megawatts off-grid by calendar end 2026. This year, the target is 25 megawatts. So currently, we've completed a trial this quarter, very successful. We're delivering over 90% uptime on our electricity supply, and we're also receiving additional oil production by being able to produce oil to the tanks since the gas is being burnt in the generators. Pretty clear, multiple streams of income. As the oil production increases, we also share in the revenue from the crypto mining. At the end of the month, we get a check for our oil, and we also get a check for a share of the Bitcoin that is mined on location. 750 billion cubic feet of contingent reserves. Here's a back of the envelope for you. 250 MCF per day runs 1.5 megawatts. How many megawatts can you run with 750 billion cubic feet? We've got a small footprint held by production, but we also have 10,000 acres around us to develop. It's actually the second oldest oil field in the USA, the first one west of Pennsylvania, and the Florence oil field was discovered before Spindletop in Texas. One of the things about this area is we've got multiple stacked pay zones. What does that mean? From surface to the depth we drill to 5,200 feet, there are 3 producible formations: the Pierre Shale, the well-known Niobrara Shale, and a limestone conglomerate called the Greenhorn. This is how our reserves sit last year. You'll notice the large contingent resource because we couldn't sell gas. The gas was stranded, there's no pipeline, we needed an output for the gas. We're burning gas in generators which are running crypto mining containers. What will happen now that we're producing oil and gas again? We should see our resource move into, to start with, proved developed producing reserves now that we're producing oil and gas again. And we'll see some moved up into our proved and undeveloped locations, offsetting our current production. So this calendar year 2024, the company spent time setting up, establishing relationships, planning, developing, running pipelines. And during the March quarter, we've successfully run our first small-scale trial with the backing of BitFuFu, with just simple 550 ASIC miners running off the gas. This has been a catalyst to now plan to roll out 25 megawatts by Christmas. So we've got our work cut out for us, but it's achievable because of our large contingent resource and our ability to drill new wells plus deepen existing wells through the 3 formations that are underfoot. We're moving on to a second site at the moment, the Powell well site. As you can see, we've got a large footprint there. We can put multiple generators, multiple containers, and we plan to be operating this during the June quarter. We're very busy in Colorado. I flew in on Monday, I go back on Friday, so I'm pretty much hands-on, small team of people, good people on the ground. We've been able to deliver 90% uptime on operations in the first quarter, which BitFuFu was very appreciative of. To see a new site come on and run efficiently in such a short time is a real credit to our team on the ground in Colorado. A simple process. We're going to go beyond 5 megawatts this next quarter. We've got additional wells to deepen. We've got the Niobrara and Greenhorn formations to produce our gas and oil from. Within the next 2 weeks, we're going to bring on our first Greenhorn formation completed well. This will be the first production from this formation in the Florence oil field ever. This opens up a whole new opportunity across the acreage, and we have established that both the Greenhorn and Niobrara can be commingled for production, so we'll get oil and gas from vertical wells from at least those 2 formations. So very simple, but very complex. We are uniquely positioned, having delivered gas to power to crypto. There's a lot of talk about it. I believe we're the first ASX-listed company to do it. We've got a pipeline. We're going to 25 megawatts this year. BitFuFu are looking for 100 megawatts off-grid by calendar end 2026. It's good to have a big brother backing us all the way. We've got a huge contingent resource. We've got a team on the ground that can deliver. There's a lot of oil and gas experience. It's been a learning curve working with the technology that's backed by Starlink internet, so we can be anywhere on the top of a mountain if we want to be. If there's stranded gas, we might look at going there if the numbers make sense. Multiple revenue streams, oil sales, we're producing natural gas liquids as well. We get performance bonuses for uptime. So on the 20th of every month, we get a check for our oil, we get a check for our site maintenance and performance, and we're exposed to a number of commodities. We've seen the Bitcoin price go from 100,000 back to 78, back this morning to 88,000. Oil price $75, down to 65, back up to 70. So we've got exposure on that side. We've got a large untapped resource, 78 million barrels of oil and 750 billion cubic feet of gas. And the reason they're contingent is that we weren't able to produce them because the gas was stranded. So we're also not restricted to Colorado. I've got over 20 years experience onshore operations in the US. We've operated in Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas and Canada. And we look forward to the next 18 months as we run up to calendar 2026 end and target as much as we can of that 100 megawatts that BitFuFu is looking for off-grid electricity production. Simple theme, oil and gas, add-on generators, exposure to crypto, can also be used for high-performance computing. And as we now have Starlink Enterprise, we can start to look at high-speed data with 90% uptime on our computer power. Thank you very much. Look forward to an exciting 18 months ahead.